Hello viewers, welcome to my channel PC Geo Kimberlite, a source of diamond. Today we are going to see another video from igneous petrology, magma. So we are going to see only magmas today, and earlier on also lavas and magma. We have done a video that has been uploaded. The various videos on igneous rock has been uploaded, classification uploaded, texture structure has been uploaded, the intrusive extrusive forms that we have been uploaded. So in this will be a last what we have video on this for the FYBSc, the magma. Associate Professor and Head, Department of Geology, AKI is Pune College of Art, Science, Commerce, CAM, Pune, Maharashtra, India. It is affiliated to Savitri Bai Phule Pune University, that is SPPU, and formerly it is known as University of Pune. Now, this magmas we have been divided into magma and its composition. Then the next one we are going to see the pyrogenetic minerals. Then we'll see the types of magmas. Then the formation of crystals. Then the formation of glass, and ultimately what are the points to be remembered from this particular topic. We will see now. The simple definition of magma. Magma is a molten material. It is a mixture of the melt of whatever the whether it may be all the elements which have been present within the earth or on the surface. It will be an admixture of all the elements or the mineral which are there, and their percentage will be varies whether they may magma is going to form at a greater depth or below the surface. Whereas if this magma liquid is poured on the surface, then we call as it is a lava. So these are the simple two terms, magma and lava. But it is admixture of what we have the prominently the silicate minerals are there, nine important elements which are there, they will be going to contribute the 99%. Then that olivine, silica, alumina, then iron, Mg, Fe, Na, Ca, K, Ti. So these are the elements which are dominantly found in these silicate minerals, and they crystallize. This particular magma is going to crystallize at a greater depth within this magma chamber, or might be they will be erupted on the surface or below the surface due to the whatever the high pressure temperature conditions are there, and whatever the upper country rocks are there, or rocks are overlying rocks are there, they have the fissures or weaker zone, and they will be erupted through a volcanic eruption on the surface of the earth. Now, what are this magma and its composition? When at the various places where the magma is pouring on the surface, because Earth is active, so everywhere, wherever we have the ring of fire is there, along that ring of fire, there are number of volcanoes are there. They are active. Means in our lifetime we can see with our own eyes the eruption which has taken place, at least one, but there are like a Hawaiian islands. These are of due to the magmatic eruption, these islands have been going to form. So along that particular ring of fire, we are going to see that the magma continually pouring from the vents, and these magma are solidified. Of this, the going to form as a solidified rock, and these solidified rocks are formed from this particular magma which is coming on the surface, which is minimum temperature. We have been assuming that 1000 degree temperature will be there, and that hot molten material which is there, it is going to crystallize into minerals or a glass, and slowly it's going to give you the basalt. So wherever we have the volcanic vents are there, from this the magma is pouring on the surface, that we going to make out as the basalt rock is going to form, and that basalt we are going to see that minerals are there. So here this particular magma is generally a molten rock material. A pyroclastic material will be there, which is below the surface of the earth. It is crystallized, it is hot, thick, as well as a viscous, and that has been generated within the planet, with the earth or any other planet also have the similar nature of magma. The Turner and Verigon in 1962 have defined magma as a naturally occurring molten material that consists of liquid phase and having a composition of silicate melt. So this is a definition has been given by the Turner and Verigon. Magma is considered to be a multi-component system consists of liquid phase, that is a mutual solution of an minerals, and a number of solid phase such as suspended crystals of the early form mineral like olivine, pyroxene, that is a Bowen reaction series. That when the magma is poured on the surface or below the surface, it is there and it is started cooling down. So once it is comes up to 1880 degree, first Mg olivine, 100% Mg olivine is crystallized, and as the temperature drastically coming down, the Mg percent is go on decreasing. Now slowly the Fe percent is go on increasing, and at one particular point, 1280 degree, the 100% Fe olivine is going to crystallize. So 1880 to 1280, so olivine is crystallized. Then we have the amphibole, then we have pyroxene, then we have the mica, then ultimately in the end we are going to get the quartz mineral. So this is what we have, discontinuous Bowen series of reaction, and other end we have the Na will be the what we have, the plagioclase series mineral will be there, that we are going to see in another video. That might be our last video, so I thought I will stop here, but I'll make out that also Bowen reaction and I will stop. Then whatever the igneous rock we are going to teach in the TY level, that is magma differentiation, magma fractionation, that part, then the whatever the classification, higher English classification, IUGS classification, that will be, we are going to take it as separate. I think I have been taken into that point into the classification, but it is not gone into the detail. Let's see, we will see, but time is required. I will be first try to make out the basics of FY as well as SY videos, so that the student can get the knowledge of this geology, and from there can start making the foundation for their higher class. So this is my intention, because in this new syllabus has been revised, so there are a lot of changes has been taken place. So earlier I have been planned, but now it has been changed, so I have to switch on to the next one, mineralogy as well as the paleontology. Most of the paleontology videos have been uploaded of FY, but mineralogy is there in the first term, so I have to go to the mineralogy part. At the same time, in SY also, structural I have already completed now. The second part which is there of that second paper, I have to make that video. So that will be there. In addition, SY videos I have not been uploaded, so I can plan to the SY, because completely the syllabus of practical has been changed. So FIBSC is already, we have done all the practicals, it is uploaded on my channel. Those who are the newcomers are there, they can directly go to the my channel, PC Joe Kimberlite. You can get the varieties of the video. First term FIBSC practical, second year SYBSC practicals are already uploaded. In addition, then mineralogy, petrology, crystallography, structural geology, stratigraphy, micropaleontology, and some part will be there of the other subjects which are there. One or two videos have been uploaded, but these are the chunk of the videos have been uploaded. So those who are interested, they can go and watch it out and get your knowledge updated. So here, the whatever the igneous rocks are there, they have been formed below the surface or maybe on the surface of the. When we are talking about the magma, then normally we are going to see that these pyroclastic material which is present below the surface or at a greater depth, they are cooled down. The magma is cooled down slowly or intermediate stage, and the crystals are as well as the glass going to form, and we are going to get, because there what we have, the gases will be there, would not be escaped. If you go either deeper and deeper, there will be the pressure temperature conditions will be remain same, because there will be exertion of heavy load is there on the whatever the country rock is there, exerting the pressure. So at the magma chamber, the cooling of the magma is a very slow. Due to that, we are going to get a large crystals. So the equi granular textures, we are going to get the phenocryst, we are going to get at that particular level, and the volatile constituents are there, that will going to reduce the pressure. But if that magma come on the surface, we call this is as a lava, remember now. So lava and the magma, these two conditions, definitions you have to be remember. Magma also contains the gaseous phase consisting of the water, the steam, which minor amount of carbon dioxide, hydrochloric acid, hydrogen fluoride, and sulfur dioxide, and whatever the volatile occur dissolved state under the high pressure. But when magma migrated upward or intrudes into the shallow parts of the earth, maximum energy will be used and the gaseous state will be there, it will be transferred, and transformation increases the volume of the magma, and as the magma reaches the surface of the earth, it increases the volume surpass the elastic limit of the rock into which it intrudes, causing it to split apart and throw out the lava as a volcanic eruption. And from where this magma is coming, say example, if the magma is coming from at a depth 4 kilometers, then once it is erupted with the noise, it has been erupted and it reaches to the 4 kilometers, up to that level it has go. So like that, whatever we have the ball with the force, if we throw it on the wall, whatever the pressure is there, with the same pressure it is rebound back. So same thing is happening with the magma also. When the magma poured on the surface, from what depth it is coming out, with the same height it has will be reaches over there on the surface. The cooling and consolidation of the lava on the earth's surface give rise to the igneous rock, the primary rock, from where the whatever the minerals which are crystallizing from the lava as well as from the magma, all these minerals crystals together going to form the primary rocks, and these primary rocks we called as igni. Igni means fire. From that fire, when the magma come on the surface as a lava, 1000-degree temperature, so it is look like as a fire, and from that fire, whichever the mineral which are crystallized at the temperature cooling down, and slowly whole magma lava cool down, going to give you a rock, and in that rock it is a cluster of mineral as well as the glass is there. So we have already uploaded a video. In that you can see now holohyaline, holocrystalline and merocrystalline or merohyaline. We have the terms have been discussed. If 100% crystals are there, that rock we called as holohyaline rock. If 100% glass is there, we called it as a holohyaline. Hyaline means glass. If 50% crystals and 50% glass is there, then merocrystalline or hypocrystalline rock we call. A number of igneous rock which is chemically analyzed, and the result which indicate that 99% of their composition include the 9 major oxides which we have just talked about. In that, the first one will be the oxygen, then comes the silicon, aluminium, iron, calcium, sodium, potassium, magnesium, and titanium. So these are the 9 elements which are the major oxides which are there. SiO2, Al2O3, Fe2O3, then CaO, NaO, K2O, MgO as TiO2. So these are the 99% they are going to make out, and the remaining 1% which is there, which contains the rare earth element and especially the volatiles like hydrogen, fluorine, chlorine, and sulfur. The analysis of igneous does not necessarily always represent the original composition of the magma, especially as the volatiles tend to escape from the cooling of the magma. But observation at the recent volcanic eruption and the collection of the gases from the lava have clearly indicated that a good amount of volatiles are present in a magma as compared to the volatile recorded into the igneous rock analysis. This is a very important analysis which has been done once they have been collected these material at the eruption of the magma. Water alone is found to be make 4% of the basaltic magmas. Next one, pyrogenetic minerals. The minerals formed by the cooling of magmas or lavas are called as pyrogenetic minerals. Formed from the fire, oxygen, silicon are the most abundant element in the magmas, and therefore silicate and silica constitute the major bulk of the pyrogenetic minerals. Other oxides occur in much lesser amount, but they are the important from a pyrogenetic point of view. The formation of silicate mineral in the magma is due to three types of acid which formed by the silicon. The first one, orthosilicic acid, H4SiO4 or 2H2O SiO2, and the example we have the olivine 2MgO SiO2. So that is the orthosilicic acid. The next one, metasilicic acid H4Si2O6. H2 H4 Si2O6, that is 2H2O 2SiO2, and the example is enstatite MgFeO SiO2. And the third one is polysilicic acid H4Si3O8 2H2O 3SiO2. It is the example is orthoclase K2O L2O3 6SiO2. You can see in this what we have done, the orthosilicate, metasilicate or polysilicate. In that you can see, if you see the what we have, the chemical composition, what we have written in the earlier one, H4SiO6 we have in O3 we have mentioned. Then the next one, H4Si2O6 means silica is doubled. In polysilicic, that is H4Si3. So first one, olivine, we have taken an example, the orthosilicate, metasilicate, enstatite, whereas polysilicic acid, we have the orthoclase is the example. The pyrogenetic silicates therefore consist of three groups, the orthosilicate, the metasilicates and polysilicates, having the oxygen ratio basis to the silica is 1 to 1 or 1 to 2 and 1 to 3 respectively. Mineral like olivine are orthosilicate, pyroxenes are the augite, and amphiboles are the hornblende, and metasilicates, while feldspar group, that is, so we have the albite, orthoclase, and the polysilicates. The chemical composition of these silicates reveal that potassium and sodium form the most of the active bases present in a magma, followed by the less active calcium, and then by least active magnesium and iron. The effect of these varied relative activity of the bases is the silica is taken up to its fullest extent by the potassium and the sodium to form polysilicates, that is along with the aluminum. Calciums tend to form metasilicates, whereas magnesium and iron give rise to the orthosilicates. Iron, which has the least affinity for silica, will often appear as an iron oxide, and the iron mineral magnetite is going to form. If magma is rich in silica, form a polysilicate and metasilicate minerals. If the magma is deficient in silica, then alkalis, instead of forming the feldspars, we are going to get the felspathoids. Feldspar, we have orthoclase, albite, cyanidate is there. Felspathoids, you can see the minerals, what we have, the minerals which are the less in silica at the time of the formation. On the same line, magnesium and iron give rise to olivine rather than a silica. A magma having significant amount of water will give rise to mineral which contain hydroxyl molecule such as amphibole and a mica, where OH molecule is present. Relatively magma forms the pyroxene and olivine. We are going to see in subsequent videos, we are going to see the various silica groups we are going to study in detail. The excess silica which may be present in the magma after having fully satisfied all the bases crystallizes out as the quartz in the late stage at a lower temperature. Based on the silica content of a magma, the pyrogenetic minerals can be classified into types: the minerals with a low silica and the minerals with a high silica. The minerals with a low silica are lucite, nepheline, olivine, biotite, whereas the minerals of high silicification is orthoclase, albite, augite, and hornblende. The mineral quartz generally do not occur in a rock which contain mineral of low silica. The mineral chemical constituents of magma gives rise to mineral very small size. These minerals usually possess well-developed crystalline form and also have wide distribution of rocks. These minerals are approximately called the accessory minerals, and common examples are ilmenite, FeTiO2, O3 or apatite, CaPO4 twice, spin, CaOTiO2, zircon, ZrO2, SiO2, some metamorphic mineral like kyanite, sillimanite, cordierite and sorlites are never occur as a pyrogenetic minerals. Now next one, the formation of crystals and the formation of a glass. An igneous rock consists of the crystalline and non-crystalline matter. So here, the whatever the magma or lava, once it's cooled down, we are going to get whether we get 100% crystal, whether we can get 100% glass, or whether we can get the 50-50. So this will be asked as a write a short note, formation of crystal or a formation of a glass. So you have to prepare these two important topics for your examination. The crystalline matter consists of mineral which has a definite internal atomic structure and well-ordered arrangement of its molecule with a dense packing. The formation of crystal is by a slow rate of cooling of magma. If you want a bigger size, we can immediately say that this phenocryst, the large crystals, are crystallized from the magma at a greater depth where the rate of cooling is very slow. That is the we can make the geological significance. On other hand, when we are going to see with your own eyes, you can't see a single crystal. And if you take a help of microscope, we'll see that in that only we have the glassy material is there. Then we say that this particular lava has rapidly crystallized, cool down, and there is no center of crystallization where the elements has contracted and we can get the crystal. So here we don't have any crystal, rapidly cool down and to form the amorphous solid, and that we called as the random and disorder orientation of glass. That is the natural glass we call the obsidian or pistone. They are the best example of this glassy texture. If you hold the obsidian in hand, we'll see that the vitreous luster, and it shows you best conchoidal fracture. These are the two important characters, the properties of the silica group of mineral. You are going to see in all varieties of quartz mineral, you are going to see the conchoidal fracture as well as the vitreous luster, which you are going to see in that glass. The formation of glass therefore favored by a fast rate of cooling of lava at low pressure. Thus it clears that slow cooling of magma at a greater depth produces the crystalline, well-developed form, that is a phenocryst we are going to get, and that's why equigranular texture, or we are going to get the inequigranular porphyritic texture, that is phenocryst crystallized at a greater depth, and this phenocryst along with the remaining liquid erupted on the surface, and the remaining residual liquid which is there, it is cooled down rapidly, going to form as a fine crystals or going to form as a fine glass. So we are going to get the porphyritic textures. The vitrophyric where we have the surrounding will be glass is there, and porphyritic texture where the surrounding crystals we are going to get. So that is there. So when you are seen in the textures and structures of microscopic, in that you can see this clear pictures as well as the videos. I am going to put it on next video so that you can in the microscopic textures and structure can see the details about these crystals as well as the glassy material you are going to see and their textures and structure under the microscope. The hard molten rock matter produced inside the earth, that we called as a magma multi-component system, liquid phase, that we have been seen now. These are the important point you have to be remember. Definition of a magma is that is the pyroclastic material, the molten pyroclastic material at a greater depth or below the surface. When these magma come on the surface, we call it is the lava. And what is the minerals are formed? Minerals are going to form from the magma or lava. And what is the pyrogenetic silicates are there? Orthosilicate, metasilicate, polysilicate, and what will be the ratios are there? Basis to silica 1 to 1, 1 to 2, or 1 to 3 respectively. So you have to remember these points. Based on the silica content, magma pyrogenetic minerals are classified into that we have been already seen now: low silicification and high silicification. Keep this point to be remembered. Now the formation of crystal will give you the rate of cooling is very slow. How the glass is going to form? That the rate of cooling of lava at a low pressure, and it is a very fast cooling. With this we have been completed the short video and a magma. In that we have seen the definition of the magma, the composition of the magma, and the formation of glass and the minerals. I hope from my side I cleared. If you have any problem, give in your queries or doubts in the comments section so that I can respond to your comments. Thank you. Have a nice day.